Hello children, welcome to the digital classes. I hope you are all doing well. Now, you might have all be excited to learn some more concepts in ratios and applications. So, without wasting much time, let us start our session. Children, let us recall what we have learned in our previous session. Children, can you recollect what a ratio is? That is right. A ratio is an ordered comparison of two quantities. If A and B are any two quantities, then the ratio is written as A colon B and we read it as A is to B. So, here this colon symbol represents the symbol of a ratio. Children, can you tell me what a proportion is? That is right. Two ratios are said to be in proportion when they are equal. That is, if two ratios are there, if they are equal, we say they are in proportion. Let us consider the ratios A is to B and C is to D which are equal. That is, A is to B equal to C is to D. The same thing we can write as shown. So, here the four dots or I can say two colon symbols represents the symbol of proportion. So, children, can you identify the symbol shown on your screen? That is right. It is the symbol of percent. Now, percent means per every 100 or for 100. Vignesh got 76% of marks in mathematics exam. What do you mean by that? You are right again. Vignesh got 76 marks out of 100 marks. Now, let us consider a scenario. Umesh purchased some pens in a stationery shop and the cost of 10 pens is 80 rupees. And what Umesh did? Yes, he sold those pens to Kavya at the rate of 10 rupees per each pen. Now, what do you think children, whether Umesh gets profit or loss? Let us see. So, to know this, so we are going to learn these concepts in our topic ratio and applications. So, at the end of this session, you will learn profit and loss, discount and simple interest. Now, before we solve the problem, let us see what cost price is. The amount paid to buy an article or the price at which an article is made is known as its cost price and we represent it as CP. Selling price SP. The amount at which an article is sold is known as selling price. If selling price is more than the cost price, then we get profit or gain, whereas if the selling price is less than the cost price, we get loss. And the formula to find profit is selling price minus the cost price. Then what is the formula to find the loss? That is right, that is cost price minus the selling price. Not only this, we have a formula to find the profit percentage which is given by profit by CP into 100, whereas loss percentage is given by loss by CP into 100. Children, notice that whether it is profit percentage or loss percentage, we always calculate on its cost price CP. Okay, children, we have learned some formulae related to cost price, selling price, profit and loss, etc. Now, let us solve the problem of Umesh now. So, Umesh purchased 10 pens for 80 rupees and sold it to Kavya for 10 rupees per each pen. Now, we have to find whether Umesh got profit or loss. So, what is CP of 10 pens? 80 rupees. And what is the SP of 1 pen? That is 10 rupees. Now, what will be the SP of 10 pens children? Yes, 10 into 10 rupees which is 100 rupees. So, the selling price of 10 pens is 100 rupees. Now, let us compare these, that is selling price and cost price. We see that selling price is more than the cost price, hence Umesh will get profit. So, what is the formula to find profit children? Yes, it is SP minus CP. Now, let us substitute the values of selling price and the cost price. So, we get 100 minus 80, which is 20 rupees. So, Umesh got 20 rupees profit. Let us see what is the profit percentage he got. So, profit percentage is profit by Cp into 100. On substituting the values, now 20 goes in 20 one time, whereas in 80 it goes 4 times. Again 4 1 times and 4 25 times in 100. So, what is left, children, now? Yes, 25. That means, Umesh got 25% profit on selling those pens. I hope you understood very clearly. So, children, I hope you understood the concept of profit and loss. Now, let us move on to another interesting concept, that is discounts. Look at this store. Inside this store, there are many dresses shown on your screen. What do you notice, children, here? Yes, these are called price tags. Now, these price tags you might have seen on each and every article or the dresses or whatever you purchase in a shop. Do you know what do we call them in mathematics? Yes, they are called the mark price of the article, and we denote it as MP, means mark price. So, this mark price is nothing but the list price or catalog price. So, when you go to any shop, so they will take a list and the prices are written on that list, or they will show you a catalog on that the prices are written. So, those are nothing but the mark price or list price or catalog price, all these means same. Now, to find discount, we need to subtract the selling price from the mark price, that is MP minus SP gives you discount. And also, children, there is one important thing to note, discount is always calculated on the mark price. We have seen profit or loss is calculated on cost price. Similarly, discount is always calculated, discount percentage is always calculated on mark price. So, children, now you know what is meant by mark price and discount. Now, let us solve a problem to understand this concept clearly. PPT. The mark price of a toy is 400 rupees and sold it for 350 rupees. Find the discount percentage. So, here what is the mark price, children? 400 rupees and the selling price is 350 rupees. So, we need to find the discount percentage. Before finding discount percentage, we have to actually calculate the discount. So, what is the formula to find discount, children? Yes, discount equal to mark price minus the selling price. Now, let us substitute the values. Yes, 400 rupees minus 350 rupees. How much you get, children? Yes, it is 50 rupees. So, therefore, the discount is 50 rupees. But, children, our problem is not yet over. We have to calculate the discount percentage. So, discount percentage is given by discount by market price into 100. Now, let us substitute the values. Discount is 50 divided by mark price is 400 into 100. Now, 100 goes 4 times in 400, whereas in 100 it goes 1 time only. So, what is left, children? 50 by 4. On simplification, we get it as 12.5. That means, the discount percentage is 12.5%. So, children, I hope you learnt to calculate the discount and discount percentage. Now, we are going to learn another important and interesting concept, that is simple interest. Let us see. Oh, here is a model bank. Meet Mr. Venkat. Here is the bank manager. Mr. Venkat want to take a loan of 5 lakh rupees to start his business. So, he approached the bank manager and he also said that he is going to return the amount in 5 years. Bank manager agreed to that and he said there will be an interest charge which is 10% per annum. Do you know how much amount Mr. Venkat needs to pay to the bank after 5 years? Let us see. So, before solving this problem, of Mr. Venkat. Let us see a few concepts related to simple interest. The money borrowed or lent out for a certain period is called the principal. Like for example, Mr. Venkat is taking 5 lakhs as loan. That 5 lakhs is the principal amount. Okay, children. Then the extra amount that has to be paid to the bank for borrowing is called interest. So, we have seen bank manager says there is some interest charge, that means some extra amount we have to pay apart from the amount we have taken. So, that extra amount is called the interest. So, the amount which Mr. Venkat has to pay after 5 years is the sum of this principal amount and the interest. So, that is called as amount. So, amount is equal to principal plus the interest. And the formula to find the simple interest is I is equal to P into T into R by 100. So, here P is the principal, T is time period and R is the rate of interest. Now, let us solve the problem of Mr. Venkat. So, the principal which he has taken is 5 lakh rupees and the time period is for 5 years. Rate of interest is 10% per annum. Let us calculate the simple interest which is given by I equal to PTR by 100. Now, let us substitute the values of principal as 5 lakh rupees, time period as 5 and the rate of interest is 10 divided by 100. Now, 100 in 100 goes one time and whereas in 5 lakhs it goes 5000 times. Now, 5000 into 5 into 10, on multiplying these we get 2,50,000. That means, the interest is 2,50,000 rupees. Now, let us calculate the amount. Amount is given by principal plus interest. Let us substitute the value of principal and interest here, children. Principal is 5 lakh rupees and interest is 2,50,000 rupees, and adding these two, how much you get, children? Yes, we get 7,50,000 rupees. That means, Mr. Venkat has to pay 7,50,000 rupees after 5 years to the bank. I hope you understood the concept of finding the simple interest. So, children, we have learned the concepts of simple interest, discounts and also percentages, right. Now, we are going to solve some problems based on these concepts. Let us start. The mark price of an article is 500 rupees. The shopkeeper allows a discount of 12% on it. Find its selling price. Let us start with the solution. Given mark price of the article is 500 rupees and what is the discount percentage? 12%. Now, we need to find the selling price. So, discount amount will be 12% of this 500 rupees. Okay. So, 12% is 12 by 100 into 500. Now, we can cancel 100 and 500 as shown, that is 100 goes one time in 100, whereas in 500 it goes 5 times. So, what is left, children? 12 into 5, which is 60 rupees. That means, the discount amount is 60 rupees. But children, we have to find its selling price. So, selling price is given by mark price minus the discount. So, substitute the mark price 500 rupees and discount as 60 rupees. So, 500 minus 60 is 440 rupees. So, therefore, the selling price of the article is 440 rupees. Let us move on to our next problem. Malik sold 2 mobiles for 4,200 rupees each, gaining 20% on one and losing 20% on the other. Find his gain or loss percentage on the whole transaction. Let us start with the solution. So, what is the selling price of each mobile, children? 4,200. Let us take the case of first mobile. So, cost price we do not know. So, we are assuming it as x and gain is given as 20%. So, gain is 20% of the cost price x, which is 20 by 100 into x. This is written as 20x by 100. Now, we will find out the selling price of this first mobile. So, selling price is 4,200 and cost price is x and gain is 20x by 100. So, on adding cost price and gain, we get the selling price. So, taking LCM to this part, that is x plus 20x by 100, we get 100x plus 20x by 100. Now, this on simplification we get 4200 is equal to 120x by 100. Now, what is the value of x, children? Yes, it is 4200 into 100 divided by 120. Now, here 20 goes 5 times in 100, whereas 6 times in 120. Again 6 goes 1 time, and in 4200 it goes 700 times. So, what is left, children? Yes, we are left with 700 into 5, and in the denominator 1 is there. So, we can neglect it. So, 700 into 5 is 3500. So, therefore, x value is 3500. Children, here x is nothing but the cost price of the first mobile, which is 3500 rupees. Now, let us find out the cost price of the second mobile. So, let us assume it as y. Loss is 20%, that is 20% of the cost price y, which is written as 20 by 100 into y, which is 20y by 100. Now, let us see the selling price formula, which is cost price minus loss. Let us substitute the values of all these things and simplify. So, 4200 equal to y minus, that is y is here cost price, minus loss 20y by 100. Now, taking LCM to this part, we get 100y minus 20y by 100. So, children, what is 100y minus 20y? Yes, that is 80y by 100. So, 4200 is equal to 80y by 100. From this, what is the value of y, children? Yes, it is 4200 into 100 divided by 80. Again on simplification, so 20 goes 4 times in 80, whereas 5 times in 100. Again on simplification, 4 goes 1 times here, and in 4200 it goes 1050 times. Now, what is left, children, here? 1050 into 5. So, what do you get? Yes, we get 5250. This is the cost price of the second mobile, which is 5250. Now, let us summarize what we have calculated. So, cost price of first mobile is 3500, cost price of second mobile is 5250. Now, let us find out the total cost price of both the mobiles, that is 3500 plus 5250. On adding them, we get 8750. So, what is the total selling price of two mobiles? 4200 plus 4200, which is 8400. Now, let us compare the total selling price and total cost price. Yes, we notice total cost price is more than the total selling price. Therefore, Malik will get loss in this whole transaction. Now, let us find out his loss and also the loss percentage. So, loss is given by CP minus SP, that is 8750 minus 8400. So, what do you get, children, on subtracting these two? Yes, we get 350 rupees. So, loss percentage is given by loss by total CP into 100. So, here we take total CP, not just CP, total CP. So, on substituting the values, we get 350 by 8750 into 100. On simplification, we get it as 4. That means, Malik gets a loss of 4% on this whole transaction. Now, let us move on to our next problem. How long will it take 6360 invested at 8.1/3% per annum to become 8480 rupees? Let us start with the solution. So, given amount is 8480, and what is the principal? 6360, because this is the amount which is invested, and 8480 is the amount which we got after some time. Okay. So, that time we need to calculate here. So, what is rate of interest, children? 8.1/3% per annum. So, this we get it as 25/3% per annum. Now, interest is given by amount minus principal. Now, let us substitute the values. 8,480 minus 6,360. On subtracting this, we get 2,120. So, this is the interest calculated on this amount. So, what is the formula to find interest, children? Yes, it is P into T into R by 100. Now, let us substitute the values of these and find the value of T. So, I is 2,120, that is equal to principal 6,360 into time period we do not know, we are actually calculating it. So, we are leaving it as T only into what is the rate of interest? 25 by 3, everything divided by 100. Now, on cross multiplication, so what will happen? This 100 will go to this side. Okay? That means, we get 2,120 into 100 is 6,360 into T into 25 by 3. Now, what is the value of T from this? Yes, 2,120 into 100 into 3 divided by 6,360 into 25. Let us simplify them. So, 25 goes 1 time in 25 and 4 times in 100. 3 goes 1 time and goes 2,120 in 6,360. So, what is left? Yes, in numerator we have 2,120 and denominator also we have 2,120, both get cancelled 1 time each. And what is left, children, now? Yes, we are left with only 4. That means, the value of T is 4. Hence, we can conclude that this amount 6,360 invested at 8.1/3% per annum becomes 8,480 rupees after 4 years. So, in 3 years, 5,200 rupees amounts to 6,760 rupees at certain rate of interest. In what time will 7,500 rupees amounts to 10,875 rupees at the same rate of interest? Let us start with the solution. So, children, here you see that the amount 5,200 has become 6,760 after 3 years at certain rate of interest. And in second case, 7,500 has become 10,875 at the same interest rate. That means, whatever is the interest in first case, that is there in the second case. Okay. So, what is the principal amount in the first case? 5,200. And what is the amount? 6,760. And the time period is 3 years. We need to calculate the rate of interest. So, interest is equal to amount minus principal. Let us substitute the values. 6,760 minus 5,200 gives 1,560. That is, interest is 1,560 rupees. Now, let us find out the value of R, that is rate of interest, using the formula I equal to P into T into R by 100. So, let us substitute these values. Interest 1,560 equal to the principal, that is 5,200 into time period, that is 3 years, into rate of interest R divided by 100. 100 goes 1 time in 100, whereas in 5,200 it goes 52 times. Now, what is the value of R? 1,560 divided by 52 into 3, which is 156. Now, this on simplification we get 10. That means, the rate of interest in the first case is 10%. The principal in the second case is 7,500, amount is 10,875, and the rate of interest is 10%, which is same as in the first case. Now, what we need to calculate in the second case? Yes, we need to calculate the time taken. So, again we will find out the interest using the formula amount minus principal. So, that is 10,875 minus 7,500. On subtracting, we get the interest as 3,375 rupees. So, let us calculate the value of T using the formula I equal to P into T into R by 100. I is 3,375 equal to principal is 7,500 into time period T, which we are calculating, into rate of interest is 10 divided by 100. Now, 100 1 times, 175 times in 7,500. So, what is left now? Yes, T value is 3,375 divided by 750. On simplifying, you get it as 4.5. That means, the time taken is 4.5 years. So, children, we have learned the concepts of simple interest, discount, etc., and also solved some problems based on these concepts. So, before we end our session, let us quickly recap what we have learnt in this session. The amount paid to buy an article or the price at which an article is made is known as its cost price. The amount at which an article is sold is known as its selling price. If selling price is more than the cost price, then we get profit or gain, whereas if selling price is less than the cost price, we get loss. Profit is equal to selling price minus cost price, whereas loss is equal to cost price minus the selling price. Mark price is equal to selling price minus discount, and discount is always calculated on mark price. The money borrowed or lent out for a certain period is called the principal, and amount is equal to principal plus the interest. Simple interest I is given by P into T into R by 100, where P is principal, T is time period and R is rate of interest. The word percent means per every 100 or for 100, and the symbol is as shown on your screen. Children, let us do some problems based on the concepts that we have learnt. Akshay bought a laptop for 35,500 rupees and sold it for 40,000. Find his loss or gain percentage. In how many years will 12,500 rupees yield an interest of 2,125 rupees at 8.5% simple interest? At what rate per annum will the principal doubles in 10 years? A shopkeeper marks his goods 20% above the cost price and allows a discount of 10% on them. What percentage does he gain? Children, with this we have come to the end of our session. Hope you have understood all the concepts very much clearly. Okay then, goodbye and take care.